How to load drivers, extensions and plugins. OpenStack uses this stevedore module to load extensions, drivers and plugins. So in this is the source code of stevedore project. So if you go inside, there you can see an example. Here one example folder is there. If you go there, you can see one setup.py file, then one sample.py. In this setup.py, you can see an entry points. So this entry points defines what are the drivers, extensions and plugins we need to load. So in this example, here this is the namespace and this is the name of the driver, and this is the class name, class module driver class. This one is driver class, this is the name of the driver, and this is the namespace. So in this namespace we defined 3 drivers. Okay, let me take this driver, symbol driver, and this is a driver class. So this driver class, this is a class name symbol. This driver class is defined in this symbol.py. So this is a symbol.py file. In this symbol.py file, you can see the class named symbol and that as a method format. So I will show you how to load this driver using this stevedore module. Let me create a project. Let me create a folder first. Let me go to that project, that folder. Then I am going to create a virtual environment. Then let me activate that environment. Okay, then I am going to install this stevedore. After that, the stevedore, that package is installed in this virtual environment. Then let me go to the Python console. Here and first time let me from stevedore import driver. Then driver.DriverManager. Then we need to specify the namespace. This namespace that I showed here, this is a namespace. So this namespace I given here. Then the name of the driver I want to load, symbol, this symbol. So this line, this statement will load the driver named symbol from this namespace. So let me copy this line. So this is the driver dr. So let me check the methods of that dr object, driver manager object. So there you can see this driver dr.driver. If you want to check, you can use this help. Actually, if you do the help, actually you can see the class which I defined in the symbol.py. So that means this dr.driver is our driver class. This dr.driver will point to our driver class. Let me check. See, example symbol driver. Example symbol class. That means this class. So let me try to invoke this method. So let me driver, get the object, then format. Then actually in this method we need to pass some dictionary. We pass the dictionary. Result res for x in res. Yes, see, so I loaded this driver class and invoke this method. So this way we can use this stevedore module to load the drivers, extensions and plugins. Okay, I will show you another example. If you in this OpenStack doc actually explained, I have already opened it here. So this doc actually explained it how to load the plugins using the stevedore. So what we need to do is we need to in setup.py or setup.cfg file we need to define these endpoints, then specify the namespace, then inside that namespace you can specify the drivers. So let me open, if you go to the OpenStack Neutron project, there you can see the entry points configuration in the setup.cfg file. This file, just open it. But if you go and check setup.py file, there is nothing. That setup.py file, what it will do, it will, there is some import statement setup tool, then setuptools.setup. But if you check in the setup.cfg file, actually there you can see the entry points, definition of entry points. See, so here it defined one, this is the namespace here, this is the name of the plugin, and this is the class. So I will show one more. If you scroll down here, you can see the namespace Neutron core plugins. So these are the Neutron core plugin drivers, core plugins. So these are the name of the plugins in the left side, and the right side you can see the driver class, plugin classes here. So this is a plugin class, this is the name of the plugin, this is the namespace. Similarly, service plugins you can see here, service plugin name, service plugin class, and service providers, then ML2 type drivers, driver name and driver class. Here driver class is here and driver name is, then mechanism drivers, mechanism driver name, mechanism driver class here. Okay, so let me show one example. So what I am going to do, I am going to create a project, Python project named myproject. In that project I will create one driver driver file and one extension file. In that files I will define two driver classes and two extension classes. Okay, so this is my project directory. Inside this directory let me create another directory with the same name. Then go to the directory. So here I'm going to create one driver file named mydriver.py. Inside that I define these two classes, simple driver 1, simple driver 2. So in each class I define one method get name. Okay, let me save it. Then let me create extension. This is the extension. Inside that I am going to define two extension classes. Okay, let me save it. So I defined two driver classes and two extension classes. Okay, inside this my project directory. Okay, let me create one init.py file here. Okay, done. So I created three files: init.py, my driver.py, my extension.py. Let me go back. So in this directory I want to create one setup.py file and one setup.cfg file. First let me create this setup.py. Inside that I will put this statements: import setuptools.setup. Okay, let me save it. Then I'm going to create this setup.cfg file. Inside that I'm going to put this. So this is the name of the project, name of the package, then the entry points. So in the earlier example actually the entry points was defined in setup.py. See, it's in setup.py, so it's a dictionary. But in this example entry point I defined in setup.cfg file. So in cfg file the format is like this, and this is the entry point section, then the name of the This is the name of the namespace, driver name of the driver namespace, driver name of the extension namespace. So these are the name of the drivers, driver 1 and driver 2, and extension 1 and extension 2. So these are the corresponding classes which I need to load. Okay, let me save it. Okay, I'm done. So what I am going to do is I am going to load this driver and this extension using stevedore module. So before that, I need to install this project. For that I need to run python setup.py install. So I'm getting one error. Version for this project require either a sdisk tarball or access to an upstream Git repository. So let me initialize Git here, and then let me install the project again. So I'm getting one syntax error in my extension .py line number 4. Alright, I think same mistake will be there in drivers. Yes. Done. Let me save it. Let me install it again. Okay, it's installed in where? In this location. Let me do it. Let me check it. See, here you can see the picking for my project. Okay, so I installed this project. So let me confirm that. Let me go back and let me go to the Python console and do import my project. So it's working. Let me check from where this my project is imported. Dot underscore file, so we can confirm that. So it's imported from the site packages in the environment which I created. So it's working. Okay, so next what I am going to do is I am going to load it. Let me import stevedore. From stevedore import driver. Then here I am telling import the load the driver named symbol driver 1 from the namespace myproject.driver. Okay, so let me open one more tab so I can open So vim setup.cfg. So this is the namespace that I specified here. Namespace, then the name of the driver. So I want to load this driver. It is this driver class. Okay, we enter. So it's working. We print my driver. It's an object of driver manager. Let me do my driver.driver. That will be the my driver class. See, it's a simple driver one. So let me invoke the method get name of this simple driver one class. It take no arguments, so I made one mistake actually. Go to the project, my project, vim driver, my driver. So actually I have to pass self here that I missed. Similarly in extensions. Okay, then let me remove these build packages, build and my project.egg file, then remove what, then pip uninstall my project. Sorry, we have to do it. Before that we need to enable the environment source ./venv bin activate, then remove it, then install it. Python setup.py install. Okay, done. So let me come here again. So import the driver, then import the driver from this namespace. And let me check my driver. So my driver.driver dot get name. Something went wrong actually. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me code it without creating the object of the driver. check the dir dot get name. So let me think we need to remove this. Pip and install my project. Yes. Then let me check here. It's removed my project, right? Yes, it removed. Then my sort of build and my project, sorry, dot info. Is correct, right? Anything wrong? Okay. Then let me install it. Python setup.py install. Okay. Then let me exit from here. Let me do it from my Python. Load it. Then import this. then import this driver, then my driver.driver and object, okay, dot get name, we call it. See, it's working. So I would have to exit from this Python console, that's the problem. Okay, so I loaded the first module, so first driver. So this driver I loaded. So let me load the second one, the same line. I can specify the driver name 2 here, and the name, same namespace. Okay, then invoke this my driver.driver dot get name. See, it's working. So next, let me I used here, in this example I used the driver, right? Actually this stevedore has one more manager called extension manager. I will show you. stevedore, we import it. So you can see extension manager and driver manager, enabled extension manager, hook manager, named extension manager. So I used this one in this example. So the next example which I'm going to show, there I'm going to show this one. So let me import that one from stevedore, import extension. Okay, then ext is equal to extension manager. Then I am going to specify, before that let me check the extension manager, the help. See, in extension manager, if you scroll down, you can see you can pass a namespace. So only namespace is the required argument. Okay, so extension is equal to, here I am going to specify the namespace. So let me specify the same namespace here. You can use this one, or anyway you can use any namespace. Let me space the first one. So ext extensions are loaded. So here ext is a bit of extension manager. So let me check dir of ext. Now we can see extensions. So ext dot extensions, you will get a list of extensions. So let me take the first one. Let me check the dir of this one. So that has one name argument is there. Oh, the name of the extension, it's symbol driver 2. We need to check the plugin, this one. So see here, so we will get the driver class here. Then we can do the same thing, can invoke the method like this. Okay, so let me do it this way. For in extensions, let me do e dot plugin dot get names. E dot plugin dot get names. See, similarly, let me load the second namespace. This one, extension, right? This namespace. So the extension, but the driver manager load only one driver at a time, but the extension manager load all the extensions defined under the all the entries defined under the namespace. That is the difference of extension manager and driver manager. So let me do like this. See, symbol extension 1, symbol extension 2. This is coming from where my project, my extensions.py. This is symbol extension 1, this is symbol extension 2. This one. So this way we can use the stevedore module to load drivers, extensions and plugins. Actually the OpenStack is using this one. Let me show one more thing. Go to the neutron project. So if you grep here, like from what, from stevedore import driver, you can see that here in this OpenStack project. See, in manager you can see it, Nova manager and cache. You go to Nova manager, see stevedore import driver. So let me check where is we are using driver. See, driver. See, in this get plugin instance, in this method you can see driver.DriverManager, then the namespace, then the name of the plugin provider. So then we will get the driver manager object, then we are using driver manager.driver. So you will get the, here you will get the class object, class of the driver. That means the driver class you will get here. And here we create returning an object of that driver class. This is the method. So if we go to the cache, this file, driver, so in get cache it's using loading the driver manager. This is a namespace. So you see backend, something is there. Then you can see here vim setup.conf. See this one, memory backend. Okay.